Oh, hello world, back again with Joe Lippi, presenter of the tonight's event, Women's Day celebration here at Kungens Kurva, and with our beloved producer and the founder behind the camera, OG at the AITV network. And with us we have Miriam, the CEO of the MK Events, obviously known in Uppsala here in Sweden, but she is now doing events also in Stockholm and especially here at Kungens Kurva, and she is especially one of the organizers of the tonight's Women's Day celebration. Good evening to you, Miriam.
Good evening.
All right, what do you see has been different from all those events that you've organized before from this one?
Well, when you talk of difference, I really don't see difference. I just see growth and evolvement. So in everything I do, I try to, move up, step up, innovate and expand. So to me, it's more of expansion, it's more of innovation, it's more of, tasting waters. Just, doing all those things that will make something really good. Yeah, so there's no difference, but there's always improvement.
Oh yeah.
More to her.
Okay. Yeah. Of course, if we talk about expansion, we talk about improvement, we talk about growth, number has to come into play. So what do you talk about today's enrollment of the people's attendance with previous events that you've done?
Well, when it comes to the events industry, it's tricky. There are events you do, they're really good because we always do the best. But then again, it depends on the theme. It depends on, the weather, of course. Sweden is different. It's not like Central Europe where every event you make, you expect people to be there. We have weather limitations, we have long distance and all that. So it's all about the weather. Some events, when the weather is good, you see a massive turnout, especially in the summertime. When you do events in the summer, you see that the turnout is different as compared to winter. So today, it has been good.
Talking about today being of course Sunday morning, but we started from Saturday.
Yeah.
Why did you just choose a Saturday 7th of March, not 6th or a Sunday?
Yeah, the thing is, there's always this joy, fulfillment that comes when you're the first to give birth to something that is good. The idea of the 7th cutting across 8th of March is all about we being there, seeing the birth of the International Women's Day. We are breaking into it. We are now actually waking up and celebrating it. From the 7th of March, we are breaking into the 8th of March. To have a fun of the day. It feels like Christmas. It feels like New Year as a woman. Because today we celebrate a lot of excellence. We celebrate fulfillment. We celebrate growth as a woman for what we are doing. We have achieved a lot of things, and we are still looking forward to achieve.
Our dear listeners and viewers, when we talk about Women's Day, we talk about women emancipation and women empowerment. Being a CEO of the MK Events, what encouraging word would you tell to girls emerging into women, girls to women? What should they be careful about, and what should they be anticipative of as they transition into becoming women?
Well, personally, I'll tell a girl child, I'll tell a female who is a youth that there is nothing more than education. In everything we are doing, we should look on how we educate ourselves. The first thing is education. It gives you like the room to get across all boundaries. It gives you the power to be able to, embrace what you're anticipating. Whatever you want to be in future, you can do that. But have a firm and a very solid background. And this background I'm talking about is not about family. It's about education. I look at empowerment differently. When you talk about education, I talk about empowerment. Educate me and you have empowered me. When you educate me, you empower me.
Educate me and you'll have empowered me. Being a woman, which woman artist, content creator, an actor do you have on your playlist or bookshelf?
Taraji P.
Taraji P. For you who don't know her, check her out. She's one of the best film makers and actors. She's done a lot of films. I would implore you to check out on her. She's a good one. Okay, and who is a woman to you? What would you tell the world?
Wow, that's a tricky question. By our being, by our gender, makes us women. We are special. Those seem very fragile. There's a lot we can take in. And a woman is someone who is able, to embrace pressure, stress, tribulations, and still stand firm. To me, that's a woman.
You're with Miriam herself, CEO MK Events. What a man can do, a woman can do. Because she has been hosting events and doing a lot of stuff just like other people and men in the industry like Victor Jackson, an African. And our question tonight that will be close to rounding it up is, what do you have in plans for your next event and where will it be?
Okay. Well, first I'll give like a short rundown of what Skawi is all about. Well, I'm the CEO of MK Entertainment. The word entertainment it's a lot. In it, it's about events, organizing. In it, it's about catering services. In it, it's about decorations, because the decor you see here today, I did that. In it, it's about, I'm a baker. I bake cakes, I do catering, pastries, there's a lot I do. So when it comes to the entertainment part, Skawi is all about the Scandinavian all-white events. And when we talk of Skawi, it's all about solidarity, There is something that brings a lot of Africans together, and that's football.
Oh, yeah.
So it's all about solidarity, bringing people from every city together. And humbly speaking, I would say I started small to be who I am now. And by the grace of God, I think Skawi is one, I won't say massive, I'm trying to select my words, is one of a kind in Sweden. Skawi is going places. And we want to move other cities to join the groove.
Oh, yeah. And that is Miriam, CEO MK Events. What closing remarks do you have for all the women all over the world? And regarding today's celebrations being Women's Day celebrations, what do you have to tell them all over the world? Closing remarks.
Well, what I have to say to women all over the world is the fact that we are strong and we are special in every way. And it's all about empowering ourselves. And don't get confused with that word empowerment. Because empowerment is not about us being more than the men. No, that's not what it is. We can never be more than men. The empowerment we are talking about, we're stressing on, is us, women, educating ourselves, finding ourselves, being independent, being strong women who can move mountains, who can do things, who can stand by a man to make his name proud. That's the essence of woman empowerment. So I'll say to all women in the world, let us stand strong. And we can do all things. By the help of God, of course.
Oh yeah, that has been Miriam MK Events, of course, the CEO. And what she's been talking about to you all women, she's talking about equity, but not equality. Because equality is more of fairness, is more of sameness. But equity is fairness. Sure, she's talking about fairness, equity. Because equality is you're equating two things, you're comparing two things that are same. Women will be women and men will be men, but she's talking more about the fairness, equity, women making men better. We thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
And pleasure having you, of course. And big up to our CEO and the founder of the AITV network, AITV and AI Radio. See you soon and see you soon again. Big up to OJ, the founder and producer. See you soon. Hello world, back here at the AITV network with Joe Lippi, your presenter tonight here at Kungens Kurva in Stockholm, Sweden. And when you talk about entertainment, African entertainment in Sweden, being Women's Day, we know our women are not selfish. We break to you some of the great names when it comes to entertainment. We have Victor Jackson, the CEO and the founder of All Nations. We have Queen's Entertainment. But most especially, and a special edition, we have Allied with us, and who is the CEO of the Allied Entertainment. Welcome to the AITV network.
Thank you. Thank you.
As you're a CEO and you've been so much and in so many years working with entertainment, what could you comment and what could you say about today's celebration, Women's Day celebration?
Well, I'm so delighted to be here. What I see today, I'm so happy. I'm so proud of the organizers. They try to bring all the women together, put smile on them, make them feel special today. So I'm so glad that they can bring out this event to celebrate women in Stockholm. So I'm so happy to be here.
And when was the last time you did an event in Stockholm as events?
Well, this is my 9th year of doing event in Stockholm. So I do yearly. I did, my last event was November last year, 2025. So one is coming up soon in summer. Then one is coming up in October 31st, 2026.
So our viewers and listeners, October 31st, this year, 2026, there is an event roaming and coming. Same venue, Morsvarsvägen 10A here at Kungens Kurva. What should we expect different from what you did last year in October, rather last year?
Well, I expect elegancy, beautiful party. So I think I've been doing a wonderful party in Stockholm. So I pray that this year will be massive and special.
It will be special. Every edition has to come specific and coined and tailored, different from last year. Do you expect an artist from abroad, a different drink, a different design?
It's a surprise.
It is a surprise.
Always surprise.
Yeah.
But trust me, anybody that comes to my events always testify.
Be part in October, Ellie's event. She will be coining a new thing for you. And what last comments do you have for the event tonight?
Well, my last comment is that the people that put up together to bring out this event, I find for me, I think they should keep on doing it because they tried to bring all the nationalities together under one umbrella. They did a good job. The setting, the atmosphere, everything is 100 over 100. It's perfect. So they should keep doing what they're doing. I'm proud of them.
Presenters out there and all event organizers, keep keeping on and keep upgrading as you hear from the CEO herself. And just a quick one, we've been asking a lot of women out there, being Women's Day, what do you think, who is better at saving? Is it men or women at home? Who is better, at saving money?
You know the answer already is women.
Do you believe with that? And that has been Elise, the CEO of Elise
But
Events.
women, though, women. For women.
She says women are better at saving at home. We can't debate on that if she says it.
Women.
And see
The
you,
world is all about women.
was it 10th October?
31st of October.
31st
And
October,
we have a
same location.
summer event,
Yeah.
which is going to be announced very soon. So we are working on it.
Keep watching AITV with our beloved CEO and founder, OJ. We'll keep you posted about all the events coming, but at least 31st October, Elise Events presenting to you another incredible and amazing event here at Kungens Kurva. Welcome back here at the AITV network with our beloved producer, OJ, and the founder, OJ Still Tambe, and with your presenter tonight, Stockholm, Sweden, Kungens Kurva, Joe Lippi. And here, as you see, we have a lineup of beloved ladies and women in the house, and we just want to do a quick questions about what they are for, and everyone will get their own question, and let's see how they tackle this. Hi. Welcome to AITV network. What is your name?
Thank you.
What is your name?
My name is Kofa.
Okay, who is a woman according to you?
A woman is me.
A woman is you.
Yes.
What does that mean?
I'm a mother, a sister, and a woman that is proud to be a woman. Because without us, this earth wouldn't be the same. Yeah. So you guys need us. So I'm grateful that we're celebrating this day because it's our day and we're here to enjoy it.
We thank you so much, Kofi, for
Kofa.
being in the Kofa.
Yes.
Our viewers and listeners, it is Kofa, not Kofi. We thank you for being in the house.
Thank you.
Hi, and who are you?
Hi,
Your name, please.
my name is Joanna Matisse.
Joanna.
Yeah, Joanna Matisse.
Where are you from?
I'm from Liberia.
Liberia.
Yes.
Okay, not Cameroon.
Not
We are
Cameroon.
Liberians here to
We are all
support.
Liberian.
Here to support the Cameroonians.
Liberian.
Okay. If you would, what is that special power that all women would have in the whole world? What would you choose? You represent all the women in the whole world.
Yes, we represent all the women in the world, in the whole
And
world.
what is the special power?
Yeah, the special power, we give breath to everyone that is in the world. Yes.
Thank you so much. Your name again?
My name is Joanna Matisse.
And that was Joanna Matisse. Hi, your name?
Mona,
Welcome to AITV network.
thank you.
What would the world be if it is women who rule the world?
I think we'll have more stability in the world because women, we think twice. It's a whole, it's a general thing. It's not selfish. We have a responsibility that's like we stand. I mean, no matter what, and we never give up.
What are your general comments and analysis of the world as it is tonight or today?
There's a lot of struggle going on, a lot of confusion. I feel like our youth today are being very, they're being like, a lot of things are trying, messing our youth up today because of social media and stuff, and to get the wrong kind of information. And I think the words a lot. It's very divided right away nowadays. So I think in general, I think there's with a lot of people that confuse, making us to choose sides.
So, who controls a home? A dad, mom, or grandma?
You know it's the mom. It's always the woman.
Your name again, please.
Mona.
And that was Mona, and you're from?
Liberia.
Mona from Liberia, still here at the AITV network. And a quick one to you.
Yeah, very quick, please keep it short.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Who is good at saving money at home? Men or women?
Yeah, usually, traditionally, long time ago, women were the pillar of the home. They used to save. But if it comes to me, I would say my husband is good in saving than me because I do the most spending, shopping and all that, and I like it that way.
And what do you think all men in the world would miss or have in deficit if women weren't around? What do you think men would have in deficit if they didn't have a woman?
And it's not possible because when it was the time when a man was alone, when God created Adam, he was very lonely. He said, let me give you somebody to keep you company.
A helper.
So we are very important in men's life, and every man deserves a woman, whether good or bad. Every man deserves a woman. Yeah.
Our viewers and listeners out there, find a woman if you're a single guy. And on such days, Valentine's and Women's Day, don't go out looking for women because all of them are taken. Look for other days.
No. Some of them are single.
This war will not exist.
Yes.
Without us, it wouldn't exist. So we are the power.
Oh yeah, to women.
And I tag for you a song. It is a men's world, but without a woman, it will be nothing. Thank you so much. I'm glad for having you guys. Hello world, wherever you're watching us from, back here at AITV Network with Joe Lippi, your presenter and our beloved producer and the founder of AITV Network, OGOJ Tambe. We are here at the Women's Day celebrations here in Stockholm, Sweden, Kungens Kurva, and we are about to talk about one of the grave and serious diseases and infections that one can ever have. It cuts all over across men to women, and as we know of today, it has no certain cure that has been known by medical experts. And with us today we have a lady, a strong woman who had been diagnosed with breast cancer, and amazingly she is now cancer free, and we want to hear her story and what she has to tell you, our viewers and listeners, about cancer. And for you who don't know, cancer can get you at any time and any age, because it could be genetic, it could be environmental, and this is mainly due to the proliferation of cells. Cells can begin to mutate because of different reasons within your body. Hi and welcome to AITV Network. What is your name, and let our viewers know how long you had been diagnosed with cancer?
Hi, I'm Zega Abeng. I'm a Cameroonian based in Sweden, precisely Finspång. I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer, bilateral, June of 2024. And what I want to emphasize is the doctor said it's 2 to 3% of women who get breast cancer at the same time on both breasts. So mine came as a shock, but then I was positive, and I had 7 rounds of chemotherapy. I had a surgery, lumpectomy, because it wasn't genetic. If it was genetic, it would have been a mastectomy, meaning they actually take off all your breast and then they do an implant. So for my case, they took out just the lumps where they had found the lumps, and that was it. And I had 18 rounds of radiation therapy, and 17 rounds of immunotherapy. About 2 months ago, I went back to see the oncologist after I completed my treatment in July of last year. So I had to go back for a checkup. I had a mammogram, I had an ultrasound, and everything came back good. So then I was declared cancer free. So I just want to thank God. It was a journey, it was tough, but then what kept me going was my faith in God first, and secondly, my network was very good. I had friends who kept on reminding me that it is just a disease like any other disease. We have to be positive and everything is going to be okay. So today, I just want to encourage every woman out there, please do your screenings. Take your mammogram very seriously. Do self-examination. Check your breast, you know your body. If anything seems unusual, please just go in and let the doctors look at it and rule it out. Because right now, early diagnosis has saved a lot of lives. So if you go in before it has spread, your chances of survival are very high. So take care of yourself, and remember, cancer is just a word. It is not a death sentence. So we all are in this together. If I can do it, you can do it. Stay positive and give it your best shot.
Of course, as you've heard, our dear viewers and listeners, the hashtag of the night about cancer is just a word and not a death sentence. That actually means that you who has been diagnosed or told that you have cancer, you could get healed anyway, as our expert talking about cancer is with us tonight. And we've heard and listened a lot of advanced biological and medical terms, chemotherapy, immunotherapy, but I would like you who has been through this to explain to us what does mammogram mean to an average woman out there who isn't so advanced in studies and in the know of cancer. What is mammogram?
A mammogram, I'll just put it in plain terms. You actually go to the hospital and then they use some machines just to examine your breast to find out if there are any changes. I think that's the plainest I can explain.
So mammogram, as we've been told and understood, if you feel any slight changes within your breast as a woman, it is up on you that you go for checkup.
Yeah. And one more thing, mammograms, especially out here in Sweden, they are done once a year. So make sure you go for your screening. Go do your mammogram and examine yourself, because you can also detect a lump in your breast. And when you go in, it might just be nothing or it could be something. But be very aware of your body.
So what does it really entail to live with cancer as you did? The people around you, the environment, and you as a person, how does that affect your the psychology way of thinking and your behavior way of relating with people?
Actually, the best thing that happened to me when I had the first conversation with the medical team, they told me it is a mental fight. So you have to be mentally prepared, because it's not actually, they said a lot of people die because of fear, not because of the treatment itself. So you have to be mentally prepared. It's a very, very tough treatment because it's very aggressive. It knocks out every cell in your body that is fast growing. So after a series, when you go in for your chemo, you come back, you're very tired. You can barely do anything. you just want to sleep. But it's not advisable to just lay down without doing anything. They always advise you to go out, go for works, try to exercise, just be active. Don't spend a lot of time on bed. And then one thing also is you have to be positive, because everything, positivity always wins, right? So speak life into your body. Instead of sitting there lamenting, feeling sorry for yourself, tell yourself, okay, maybe this is just like malaria. It's going to pass. I just need to be strong. I need to fight this. I need to get through this. So be very positive. That's all I can say. Positivity is key. Surround yourself with people who speak life into you, not people who instill fear in you.
Being a Women's Day celebration here, Kungens Kurva, Stockholm, Sweden, what would be your encouraging remarks to all women out there that live with different kinds of cancer, and men too?
You need to, when push comes to shove, right, you do what you have to do. So for me, what kept me going first was God. So I'm going to ask you, what is that thing in you that you think can help you stay alive? Because you need to want to survive. You need to feel like this is not going to end in death. So find something deep down in you and find your strength, because we all have it. There were moments when I couldn't get out of bed. Then what did I do? I was always just looking up to God. From where comes my help? My help comes from you, the maker of heaven and earth. So for me, it was God. So I'm asking you, for you, what is it that can help you get through this phase? So ask yourself and find an answer to that question. Do whatever you need to do to stay alive, because you surely can beat this.
And finally, before we wrap up, Sweden being a secular country, what did the doctors say and how did they react when they finally did the final checkup and they found out that you were actually healed and totally cancer-free?
I think my oncologist was very relieved and very happy, because I remember what he said to me. He said, your results cannot be better than this. You have complete remission, which means you are completely healed. So I think to them, because for doctors too, I think it's very difficult when they lose patients. You just want to know that, okay, I treated this one and she survived. So it was really a very glorious moment for the medical team.
So our beloved viewers and listeners here at the AITV, cancer actually can be cured. Cancer can get healed. HIV can get cured. HIV can get healed. But because we are concentrating on cancer, out there we surely tell you that it can get healed, but you have to believe in something that is way stronger than the oncologist's way of thinking and their studies and all that. As our expert and the person who has been diagnosed with cancer has told us, we can't say more about that. Big thanks and special thanks to the founder and the producer of here at the AITV network. Oh, please.
One more thing. I just want to say a big thank you to Sweden. Why? Because I didn't have to worry about paying my bills. Everything was covered. So I just had to worry about getting well. I didn't pay any bills. The government took care of me. The medical team, thank you so much. You took very good care of me, and I celebrate you. Keep saving lives. We are proud of you. Thank you, Sweden. I'm blessed because of Sweden.
Because we normally hear people move from different parts of the world, Africa, and come to Europe to get treatment. Do you know roughly how much it could cost for a single chemotherapy session?
Honestly, I know nothing because I didn't pay a penny. What actually happens is I had transportation. There was a taxi that would come in the mornings, pick me up from my home to the hospital where I'll receive my treatment, and then there's also transportation arranged to pick me up from the hospital back to my house. I didn't pay a penny. So that's why I'm very grateful, and I got to realize why it's important to pay your taxes in Sweden. When you get sick, when you need help, then you know where your money is going to. So thank you, Sweden.
Thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you.
And our dear viewers and listeners, we thank you. Women out there, go for checkups once a year for mammograms about your breast because it is a real issue. See you soon. Yeah, welcome back to AITV, Africa International TV Network, here at Mons Horsvägen 10A in Kungens Kurva at the Women's Day celebrations. And in the house we have our beloved producer and the CEO of the AITV network, OGOJ. And just to give you a quick background about when we talk about Women's Day celebrations, we can't forget about big names or the founders and the activists who pushed for this thing to happen. Clara Zetkins, a Germany activist, and that was around the early 20s in 1910. And in the house we have one of the guests who graced the evening and will tell us about her experience and what she does. And the topic you're about to hear tonight is about autism, or you could call it autism spectrum disorder, ASD. It is called ASD because the spectrum comes about that every person who's autistic have different abilities, and that's why it's called a spectrum. They're different from person to person. And if you're out there and you don't really know, but the ASD can be caused by a couple of factors. It could be genetic factors, and it could be environmental factors that affect our beloved women and mothers during pregnancies. And we are so much favored to have our guest tonight. Good evening to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about autism. Yeah, my name is Becky. I have a bachelor degree in social work, specialized in international social work. I have a master's degree in social work, specialized in interventions in childhood from the University of Jönköping, Sweden. I live and work in Sweden for the past 10 years. I have a son on the autism spectrum, and I research on disability, preparing for my PhD in Ubuntu Center Inform Autism Assessment. Like we said, autism is a broad spectrum. This is a neurodevelopmental disability that affects the way a person communicates, socializes, environment. I'm working in Sweden and also a scholar. African women, most often living in this part of the world, have a hard time navigating the system. We all know the history of systemic racism and things like that. So they have, because autism affects every child differently. Some children have really profound multiple disability, means they don't only have autism, they might have autism with problems with walking, they can be wheelchair bound, intellectual disability too, and ADHD. So in this situation, you will need to meet other professionals like the occupational therapy, the speech therapy, the social worker, the special educator, and this system can be really can be tough for Africans who don't understand the laws, the language, and the culture. For us as African, we use the Ubuntu philosophy. It's rational healing. We look at it from a collective perspective, but most often we see our children being medicalized. Parents always feel like they're getting this wide gaze. They don't really understand. There's no really like a rehabilitation center that incorporates African culture. Our children most often they're being assessed with a Western framework that did not take into consideration the culture, the norms, the tradition of the African child. So most often these interventions don't work and they dump it on the parents. So the children end up being sentenced in Sweden under the LUV law, and they're removed and placed in foster family where the situation is worse. They experience isolation, trauma, parental separation trauma, sibling separation trauma. So we are calling on the Swedish authority to at least start Afrocentric cultural rehabilitation that can be able to explain these things detailedly in a cultural way to the African families, and also a living arrangement where African families can come there, feel free to do their own thing, cook what they want, don't have to go through the white gaze, through suspicion, always under surveillance, always like you are having butterflies in your stomach when you want to meet a professional. I mean, this is a journey. It's not really easy. You need to be part of this journey. You need to be of help. As somebody with a social work background, I was taught about sympathy, empathy, helping the vulnerable and oppressed. And a migrant with a special needs child is more vulnerable. So you must be there to give them the support. But most often, I run the Ubuntu Pan-Africa Diaspora and Home Family Circle. What the parents come there to tell us, and even with their decisions that they get from the social services, the disability caseworker, is always looking like there's a lot of prejudice and bias. They're constantly being judged. They didn't get the help that they needed. My own son too is locked up in the maximum security prison in Sweden, criminalizes behavior. I mean, abstract thing was seen as a crime. Eloping, escape behavior was seen as a crime, communication difficulties was seen as a crime. So what we are experiencing is they see the color first before they see the disability. So we don't want anybody to go through that. Emmanuel is not a single case. We have the ones that are living in this disability living a group arrangement where you have to book a time. You cannot just go and see your child. I mean, it's really difficult. This is not inclusion because they have not adopted measures that African families raising special needs children, especially children on the autism spectrum, can feel welcome, respected, and given a sense of belonging. So when we talk about inclusion, diversity, it should be real for everybody, same across boards. Yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for this interview.
So, as an African living in Sweden for all those years, what could be the difference, or how do you impact other Africans? How should they see and look about autism and kids with autism? And what could be the major difference between how the people in Sweden, the Swedes, look at you or anybody out there having a kid with autism versus the African understanding who think it is culture or norms or black magic as they call it?
Autism is something that very little knowledge about autism is known in Africa. I have the Mawa Special Needs School in Africa. I researched my bachelor thesis in Yaoundé in Nigeria. And so far, the level of awareness is still not really extensive. There's still a lot of shame, stigma attached to this disability. There's still so much that is unknown. So many of the children don't get the help that they need. So many of them are locked up at home. So many of them, because of the low resource area, so many of them are in learning environment that is not meant to tailor their needs. So that's something that is really challenging. But when Africans migrate to Sweden or other European countries and they tend to have children in need of extra support, I will encourage Swedish and other European countries to institute African culture in their intervention. Carry out a rehabilitation center, a respite care arrangement that would suit the African culture, norms and values. Yeah, give the African parents some time, because what I see sometimes is zero tolerance. If I know that you're coming from a place where there's limited knowledge, it means I will invest more on knowledge, not judging, not dumping on you, so that you can understand this disability. I can look at your social network, who are the people around you that understand this disability, that can explain to you. So when I get these parents at Ubuntu Pan-African Diaspora and Whole Family Circle, they're so happy because for once they've met a professional that can understand them, that can see where they're coming from, that can help them to like reply some of those letters, that can really explain what the social worker is trying to, the intervention that the social worker has put in place, and what does the social worker wants to capture. So my point is, it is never too late. Sweden and other European countries can start doing it right. Try to bring in the social network, try to create a contact person that the African family can mirror themselves, a role model that they mirror themselves in that person. Try to create in living arrangements that we have our African artifacts and things like that makes them feel at home. So we don't raise identity, we don't raise their culture, we don't create exclusion, there's no discrimination. I mean, they can also see workers that will look like them. So we need a lot to do it. We just want parents to feel welcome, accepted, and feel included, because inclusion is the only way forward.
Thank you so much for those lovely words, and our listeners and viewers out there, we bring in people who have the expertise and experience about what they do. Being Women's Day, would ask two questions that you'll incorporate in a single answer. As a woman, who is a woman to you, the latter-day woman in 2026, today's generation? And when and how did you feel that now I need to start funding and helping children and the organization for kids with autism?
Yeah, as a woman in this 2026 era, I think we should start addressing intersectionality, where these things intersect. It's high time we look at the African woman, the black woman, especially the black woman raising a special needs child. This assumption of universality, diversity, when it's just like stage diversity, universality, when the white woman gets it. And all of us raising special needs children goes through struggles, but it's worse for the African woman. If you take, for example, like me, my autistic son Emmanuel will be 30 years old in like 10 days' time. He has not seen me for 5 years. He was sentenced, calling his behavior a crime, to tell you how this systemic racism is causing harm on our children. Our children are being medicated. My son was placed on psychotic medication without my permission. He has been assigned a trustee without my permission. So you see, it's kind of a systemic racism, and the worst part of it is causing a lot of devastating harm to our children. He's being sedated. They are sedating him now and he's sleeping for the past 18 hours, shaking, having tremor, emotionally like blank. I mean, you see the signs of long institutional trauma on him. Most of them don't make it. So I think it's high time the Swedish authority need to look into that area, because I've been advocating about it. So many parents, it bleeds my heart to know that they have a child on the spectrum. The child is showing a behavior and they are afraid to take it to the social worker or the disability case worker, because they're afraid of being judged, of being labeled, and their children being removed. So as someone with a master's degree in interventions in childhood, our children are missing this window, this gap, that interventions are not put in place because they fear. We all know the power imbalance when it comes to social workers and their clients. So as a social worker, you already know that the power structure, the power imbalance. So try as much as possible to create an atmosphere where your clients can trust you, open up to you, and be happy to talk to you. So this 2026, we're calling on our white women. White women should also try, because most of the time they dominate this workspace, but they are the one even spearheading this thing. So it's just, we need to address some intersectionalities and stop putting this colorblind approach.
We thank you so much for your thoughts, encouraging words, and the cautions that you're putting out there for all women worldwide, and the Swedish government, and every woman who's living wherever they are, especially in Sweden. And to our viewers and listeners, that was Becky discussing and giving thoughts about autism, ASD. And big up and thanks to our producer, OG, and the founder of the AITV network. See you again very soon.